let's blast off into Rescue Rebellion, a Space Mice adventure that kicks off with a simple movie night and, well, spirals into a desperate race to save an entire planet from a massive comet. We're talking giant aliens, some pretty funny misunderstandings, and a whole lot of rodent courage. It's gonna be a wild ride.
So, picture this. Our story doesn't start with some huge space battle. Nope. It starts with the crew just kicking back, watching The Lord of the Asteroids in full 5D. You know the deal. Floating seats, holographic aliens, even virtual meteorites that look like they're about to crush you. It's all just fun and games, right up until a real cosmic disaster crashes the party.
And just like that, everything goes wrong. The movie screen just dies. The whole ship is plunged into pitch black darkness. And then this piercing alarm starts blaring everywhere, signaling a supergalactic crisis. Yep, movie night is definitely over. Grandfather William's voice booms over the intercom, summoning everyone to the control room pronto. So the whole crew scrambles to assemble. You've got the slightly less than confident Captain Geronimo Stilton, his super adventurous sister Thea, the resident prankster cousin Trap, and of course, the ship's brainiac scientist, Professor Greenfur. So what was the big emergency? Turns out the Mouse Star 1 just had an extremely close call. Professor Greenfur lays it out. They flew right through the wake of a comet, Comet Alpha 2093 to be exact, that basically popped up out of nowhere and caused a massive system-wide malfunction. And hey, just a quick science break here. What exactly is a comet? Think of it as a giant, dirty snowball flying through space. It's this big ball of ice, rock, and dust, and when it swings close to a sun, it starts to heat up, creating that famous glowing tail that we all know. But here's the thing. The real danger isn't to them. After crunching the numbers, Professor Greenfur reveals something way, way worse. That comet they just barely missed, it's now on a direct collision course with a reddish planet just up ahead on their star chart. And the timeline is just terrifyingly specific. Geronimo asks how long they have, and the professor gives them the gut punch of an answer. The planet is going to be completely obliterated in just over a day. The clock is officially and very loudly ticking. So, with that horrifying countdown hanging over their heads, there's really only one question that matters. Is anyone on that planet? And the answer is a big, fat yes. The planet's name is Jurassic's, and in an instant, this whole situation flips from a near miss to a desperate, high-stakes rescue mission. The ship's computer, hologramics, even pulls up a picture of who they're trying to save. They're called the Cosmosaurs, and I mean, look at them. They seem absolutely adorable, these sweet, friendly little alien creatures. The crew knows right away they have to do something. You just have to, right? But here comes the big twist. When Geronimo, Trap, and the kids actually land on Jurassic's, they get the shock of their lives. Turns out that picture on the ship, that was just a baby. The adult Cosmosaurs are enormous, roaring dinosaurs carrying giant spears, and let me tell you, they do not look happy to have visitors. So yeah, the rescue mission goes south immediately. The terrified space mice are completely surrounded by these giant aliens and are marched off toward their village. Suddenly, the mission to save them turns into a desperate struggle to just stay alive. As they're being dragged away, Trap, who, is always thinking with his stomach, overhears the word banquet, and he starts bragging to Geronimo that they're being treated as guests of honor. For some reason, the Cosmosaurs find this absolutely hilarious, but our heroes haven't figured out the punchline yet. Geronimo tries, he really does, to explain about the comet that's about to destroy their planet, but the king just brushes him off and clarifies what's on the menu for this so-called banquet. And yeah, it turns out the space mice aren't the guests of honor, they're the main course. Before they can even begin to process that horrifying bit of news, the massive Cosmosaur guards grab them and literally toss them into a dark cave. Their rescue mission has officially become a fight for their own lives. But hey, space mice never give up. Trapped in the cave, young Benjamin notices something weird. The guards are completely fascinated by the light from their wrist phones. This sparks a brilliant idea. They use the light to make a little dot dance on the cave wall, and the guards start chasing it, totally mesmerized, kind of like a cat with a laser pointer. With the guards completely distracted, the crew makes a run for it. After a wild chase through the rocky landscape, they manage to scramble back to their shuttle. But, they've only escaped one prison. The much, much bigger one, that comet, is still hurtling toward the planet.
Back on the Mouse Star 1, they find a little surprise. They've got a stowaway. It's one of the cosmosaurs who was chasing them, a guy named Reginald. He's furious, of course. Until they put the main view screen on. Seeing that colossal comet getting closer and closer to his home finally makes him get it. They were trying to help all along.
Okay, so now that Reginald is on their side, they come up with a new plan. And this one is just audacious. They're going to use the ship's enormous space net to literally catch the comet, tow it off course, and send it crashing into a deserted asteroid instead. Easy, right? Oh man, the tension is just off the charts. They get into position, they launch the net, and it fails. It doesn't even reach the comet. They reset, they try again, and failure again. The automatic launcher is broken, and they are almost completely out of time. With the seconds ticking away and their best equipment busted, Professor Greenfur delivers the terrifying news. There is only one option left. They have to go out there and attach the net by hand. And this is it. This is the real moment of truth. The famously fearful Captain Geronimo Stilton, with his incredibly brave sister Thea, have to do a seriously dangerous spacewalk. They have to push past all that fear and physically wrestle this giant net around a speeding comet by paw. And they do it. They actually get the net on. But the fight's not over. The Mouse Star 1's engines just roar to life, straining against the unbelievable weight of a comet. I mean, they are literally towing a comet, trying to yank it off its collision course just moments before impact. With only seconds left, they release the net. The comet, now on a brand new path, soars right past Jurassic Smolix and smashes into that deserted asteroid, Solitarius, in a massive, silent, cosmic explosion. The planet, and every single cosmosaur on it, is safe. In the end, this whole crazy adventure is about so much more than just stopping a comet. It's really about what Grandfather Williams says, that true heroism is about doing the right thing, even when the very people you're trying to save wanted to have you for dinner. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? How often is something we're afraid of just something we don't understand yet?